Aiden and Lucas were adventurous souls who loved exploring new places. They thrived on danger and excitement, always seeking thrilling experiences. This time, they had planned a camping trip in a legendary forest, one infamous for its eerie past and the mysterious disappearances of those who entered after dark. The locals had warned them, do not stay in the jungle after sunset. It is cursed. But Aiden and Lucas laughed it off, dismissing it as mere superstition. They entered the jungle in the evening, fascinated by its beauty. Birds chirped melodiously, the air smelled fresh, and the adventure seemed promising. However, as the sun dipped below the horizon, the atmosphere changed. The jungle grew unnervingly silent. There were no birds, no rustling of leaves, just an unsettling stillness that pressed down on them. Whispers in the dark. Lucas, do you feel like someone is watching us? Aiden whispered, his voice barely audible. Yeah, it's like the jungle is alive, observing us, Lucas muttered, gripping his flashlight tightly. They were preparing their campsite when a piercing scream echoed through the jungle. The sound was unnatural, long, agonizing, and chilling. They froze. What was that? Aiden's voice wavered. It didn't sound human, Lucas said, his eyes darting around. Gathering courage, they picked up their flashlights and slowly advanced in the direction of the sound. The deeper they went, the heavier the air became, and the more unnatural the silence felt. Shadows moved between the trees, making their skin crawl. The bloody shirt. As they moved forward, Aiden's flashlight caught something on the ground, a tattered, blood-stained shirt. He bent down to pick it up when a dark figure flashed past them at an inhuman speed. What the hell was that? Aiden gasped. Lucas swallowed hard. It didn't look like an animal, or a person. Before they could react, a sinister laugh echoed around them. It was a deep, guttural chuckle, sending shivers down their spines. Their breathing grew ragged as fear wrapped around them like a noose. A house in the jungle. We need to get out of here, Aiden said, panic creeping into his voice. They turned back toward their campsite, but something was wrong. The path they had followed had disappeared. The jungle had shifted. How is this possible? We walked straight, Lucas exclaimed. The jungle, it's trapping us, Aiden whispered. Out of nowhere, an old wooden door appeared between the trees. Behind it stood a decayed, abandoned house, barely visible in the moonlight. Maybe someone is inside, maybe they can help us, Lucas suggested hesitantly. With no other option, they approached the house. The air around it felt colder. The wooden door creaked open as they pushed it, revealing a dark, dusty interior. The walls bore deep scratch marks, and bones lay scattered across the floor. Then, a whisper came from the darkness. You shouldn't have come here. The truth unfolds. Aiden and Lucas felt their blood run cold. Suddenly, the door slammed shut behind them with a thunderous bang. Their flashlights flickered, and an overwhelming sense of dread filled the room. Aiden, the door won't open. Lucas pulled at the handle desperately, but it was locked tight. A shadowy figure emerged from a dark corner, its glowing red eyes piercing through the darkness. Long, clawed fingers scraped against the wooden walls, producing a dreadful screeching sound. The creature's body was twisted, its movements unnatural. It let out a low growl as it advanced toward them. What is that? Aiden shouted. It's the thing that's been watching us, Lucas stammered, stepping backward. The creature lunged forward, its grotesque form illuminated by their flickering flashlight beams. The walls around them began to change, revealing words written in dripping blood. No one who enters, ever leaves. The last escape. Lucas yanked open his backpack and found a matchbox. Desperate, he lit a small wooden stick. As the flame flickered, the creature shrieked and recoiled, its body writhing in agony. It's afraid of the light, Aiden realized. They quickly grabbed more wooden planks and set them on fire. The room brightened, and the creature let out an ear-piercing scream. It thrashed violently before its form began to dissolve into the shadows, vanishing with a final, agonized shriek. At that moment, the door swung open on its own. Run, Lucas shouted. They bolted outside, sprinting through the jungle. The trees seemed to bend toward them, trying to pull them back, but they kept running toward the faint glow of the rising sun. Finally, they stumbled out of the jungle and collapsed onto the ground, gasping for air. As they turned back, the jungle looked normal. The eerie darkness was gone, and birds chirped once more. Lucas hesitated, then asked, was it real, or just our imagination? Aiden slowly lifted the bloodstained shirt in his trembling hands, the same one they had found in the jungle. He turned pale. If it was just a dream, then where did this come from? They looked at each other in silent horror. Somewhere deep within the jungle, the wind howled, carrying with it the sinister whisper of the thing that had lurked in the shadows. The jungle wasn't done yet. It was waiting for its next victims.